Hi, welcome back to my channel, DIY with Di. My name is Diane. Do you still have up spring decor? I know I do, as you can see. Well, today's video was intended to be for Easter into spring decor. Due to some health issues, I'm a little late, but it's better late than never. So without further ado, let's get these projects started. So for my first project, I grabbed this chip lap plaque. Try to say that tongue twister 5 times real fast. It came in natural wood and white. I grabbed the natural wood color. I painted the first section with Waverly's elephant. And then I began to place these stickers, they're letters and numbers that I got off of Amazon for a big pack. And I wrote out the words hanging with my peeps. I'm using these as a stencil. I do not have a Cricut, so I use other options. I went over the whole plaque with Waverly's chalk paint in white and then removed the stickers. And now you see that the gray for the words comes through. The only thing that I noticed while pulling off the stickers was that I didn't pay attention that where the G and the Y hang down low, it was still the natural wood color. And somehow one of my E's, I guess, shifted as I painted. So I just went back through with a very, very thin paintbrush and the Waverly's elephant paint and just painted over so that it would all look gray. Then I grabbed this pack of wooden bunnies from Dollar Tree. It comes 8 in a pack. I grabbed 4 and I painted them the same color as Peeps. I did yellow, pink, purple, and blue. I know nowadays you can find all sorts of colors and flavors. I just went with what's pretty much the original colors of the Peeps. Once the bunnies were all dry, then I just placed them on the plaque, rearranged them how I like them, and I just used a little bit of wood glue to adhere them to the plaque. And here is how my adorable and fun little plaque turned out. This would be a great idea for your kids in their bedrooms as some spring and Easter decor. So for my next project, I grabbed this house plaque from Dollar Tree. I'm not a big fan of the buffalo check gingham look, so I tried to remove the trim on the top. I wanted to paint the back side of the house and place that on the back, but it was starting to crack, so I left it alone and just muted out the black and white using Waverly's chalk paint in pool. Then I used Waverly's ink color to touch up the chalkboard in the center that I'm going to write on later in the video. Now to have a flat surface, a base for this house, I took another plaque from Dollar Tree. I removed the hearts and I went in with Waverly's chalk paint and sage and used a little bit of antique wax just to give it more of a ground dirt look. Then from Dollar Tree, I grabbed a pack of these 3 little wooden flower pots and I gave it a little bit of a terracotta look. And also from Dollar Tree, I used this pack of flowers where it's a fence with some flowers. I painted those white and used several colors of paint and acrylic markers to paint the flowers and the stems. And I also painted these little wooden carrots. If you can't tell already, we are going to make a house with a little garden and it turns out so adorable. I can't wait for you to see in a little bit. I also grabbed a bunny from Dollar Tree. I kept him a little bit more of a natural bunny color, just painted him darker with the Waverly's antique wax. Then I went in with a chalk marker in white and I just wrote out Cottontail's Carrot Patch. Seeing as Peter Cottontail is the most famous bunny behind the Easter Bunny. But this decor doesn't have to be just Easter, it can be for spring as well. Once everything was dry, then I cut some of the fencing and the flowers so it would all fit nice and neatly along the front of the plaque. I tilted the plaque upwards when I went to wood glue the fencing and I placed Jenga blocks right in front of it because they were about the same width. Therefore, the flowers wouldn't tilt forward, being a little on the heavy side. Then I decided to go in with some of the Jenga blocks on the back side to help the flowers and the fencing stay upright. Now I grabbed some of the carrots and wood glued those together and then placed them in the little flower pot. I also glued my bunny alongside of the house. Then I decided to paint the trim of the house with Waverly's antique wax. Once that was dry, I just used some wood glue and Super Glue's Fix It All and glued the house to the plaque on the opposite side of the fence. Once the house was glued to the plaque, I then took my little flower pot with carrots and I glued it right up against the house on the opposite side of the bunny. Then I just grabbed this moss from Walmart and hot glued it down to the plaque to make it look like grass. I also took my wooden carrots and I cut them at different lengths so that they would be coming out of the ground at different heights. I just used nice big globs of hot glue on the bottom and on the sides of the carrots so that they would really adhere to the moss as I placed them down sporadically all throughout the garden. And here is how my fun little carrot patch garden house turned out. This is absolutely so adorable. I really think that this is something that kids would enjoy in their bedrooms, teachers would love to have in their classrooms. It just turned out so cute. Now for my last project, we are stepping it up a little. This looks a little more grown up, a little more high end. I took the wooden bunnies from Dollar Tree and I had my kids pick out what color they wanted their bunny. So they went with Waverly's ballet slipper, sage, pool, and peacock. Then I pulled out my rub-on transfers from Amazon. I'll try to see if they are back to being available. After I purchased them a couple months ago, all of a sudden they were no longer available, but I will try to look it up again because these rub-on transfers are just so beautiful. They are different from regular rub-on transfers. They're not like matte. The top layer is not hard. It actually, at first I thought it was a decal and I purchased the wrong thing. Then when I looked at it a little bit more, played around with it a little bit, I realized that no, it actually is a rub-on transfer. You just stick it on your surface, rub it very gently, and then carefully pull back the plastic topping, and it leaves this very, very beautiful high-end looking rub-on transfer. It almost looks like someone has painted and then put a gloss on top. They are really pretty. And I had a lot of fun allowing my kids to basically put their personalities into these bunnies because they chose the color they wanted and then they chose the flowers, and then we just worked together on choosing where to place the flowers. So they each look very different. Like I said, very much their own personalities, and they just turned out so cute. I really enjoy when I make my crafts, especially when I do multiples. I try to always do everything in 4s. I have 4 kids. So I really try to incorporate their favorite colors or maybe their favorite characters or favorite animals. I just like to incorporate a lot of stuff about them into my crafts. One, my kids say it's kind of corny, but hey, I'm a mom. But it also makes it so as they grow and start to move out of the house, if they want, they can take some of the decor with them if they would like, and that way they can use it as their own decor. Now to finish these portraits, I grabbed 4 5x7s. I grabbed ones that have a dark wood look to them. I took out the glass, took out the backing, and I used textured cardstock, one green, one gray. I wanted the background to look like, you know, when you go to get your school pictures, it's got that plain background, or at least that's what I remember. So I didn't use the glass. I placed the backing back into the frame, and then I just matched the bunnies according to the background. I didn't want the green bunny with a green background. So once I found how I liked them, I just used wood glue and hot glue to adhere them to the frame. And here is how my bunny portraits turned out. They are so adorable, and I think they look like cute little bunnies in school pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to do crafting of your own. In the comments below, let me know which one of these 3 projects was your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.